Something else is, how are you?
How to ask somebody how they are.
Yeah, you can say that many different ways, but a common one is tudo bem?
Tudo bem?
Oh, you hear that a lot.
Tudo bem?
Tudo bem.
And you can answer the exact same way. Sim, tudo bem.
So you can answer the question with the answer. Wait, you can answer the question with the question.
Tudo bem? Sim, tudo bem.
So that's probably the second thing that you'll ever need to learn besides hola.
Okay, let's go back to the beginning then. Olá,
Hola,
bom dia,
bom dia,
tudo bem?
tudo bem.
It's easy.
Yeah, you just copy what he says. Okay, but if you actually want to know how somebody is and you don't want to just ask them, is everything good? If you actually want to say, how are you?
Okay.
Then you can say, como está? If I'm treating him formally, or como estás? If I want to treat you informally.
Yeah, it's just an S at the end. So formal, como está. Informal, como estás. So see this sh at the end, this S that we transform into a sh. This is typical European Portuguese.
Mm-hmm.
Brazilians would just say S. So they would say como estás.
Right. So in Portuguese, if a word ends with S, then it gets that sh sound. Mm-hmm. Or if it's followed by a consonant. Castelo, castle.
Yeah, castelo.
If you see two S's in a word, then it just sounds like an S. That's easy. Like the word for person, pessoa.
Pessoa. How would you answer to that question? Como estás? Let's say we're buddies. Como estás?
Can I just say tudo bem? Or
You could.
Is that a little weird?
No, tudo bem.
Okay.
That's really informal. Or you can say está tudo bem.
Then I might want to say thank you at the end of that. And I think this is a pretty important word to learn. So I would say obrigado.
Obrigado.
The word changes according to my gender. So I would say obrigado.
The tricky thing about obrigado, and some even natives get it wrong, is that it ends in a O or in a A, depending on who's saying it. So I'll say obrigado. But if you identify as a woman, then you'll say obrigada. So it's not depending on who you're talking to, as many people think. Mm-hmm. It doesn't depend if you're talking to a man or a woman. It depends on what you identify as. So men will say obrigado, women will say obrigada. And that will show them you really know how to speak Portuguese.
One thing I hear a lot too is natives saying obrigado. Instead of like pronouncing every single letter, obrigado, they'll say obrigado.
Obrigado. It's like there's no vowel in the beginning or vowel at the end.
Yeah, obrigado.
Obrigado. Obrigado.
But it's good for you to pronounce it properly because otherwise it sounds like you're trying too hard. Estou ótimo.
Estou ótimo. Ótimo.
Or if you're a woman, then you say ótima.
Estou ótima.
Just like obrigado, you change the O at the end for an A.
Como está? Como está?
Como está?
Como está?
Obrigado.
Como estás? Como estás?
Como estás?
Como estás? Tudo bem? Tudo bem?
Tudo bem?
Tudo bem?
Learning a language is a marathon, not a sprint, so think of it as a long-term habit that you would like to establish and plan your study sessions accordingly. Can you really maintain a hardcore study schedule of 8 hours every day? There is value in short-term learning sprints like this, especially early on, but it probably won't be very sustainable in long term. When you expect too much of yourself and set the bar too high with long, intense study sessions, you'll end up procrastinating or burning out. You need to find a study plan that realistically fits into your regular life. Shorter, but more frequent study sessions is much more effective than fewer, longer ones. Find a routine that you can stick to. One of the best ways to do this is by habit stacking. Think of a habit you already have, something that you do automatically every day. Then figure out how to incorporate Portuguese learning. Do you make coffee every morning? Try listening to a short Portuguese dialogue from practiceportuguese.com while your coffee is brewing or while eating breakfast. After a month, Portuguese learning will become a part of your existing habit to the point where it will feel strange to go a day without it. That's the kind of slow, steady progress you need to become fluent in European Portuguese.